Designing your sales screen, tabs and conditional effects. Alright, so we're going to go to Sales Designer. And this could be an example blank sales screen that you started with. Now, I'm going to start by talking about tabs. Okay, so basically these are going to be permanent buttons that will always stay on the screen. So what we're going to do is, it's very good, by the way, for things like bars and things like that. So any kind of page where you have a permanent button or tabs would come in very useful there. So I'm going to click on Photo button. I'm going to choose blue. I'm just going to put that to size and I'll make it about that big. And then I'm going to go copy and then paste. Like that. I can do that with the keyboard as well. So just like this, paste. Paste, and I could probably get one more in there. Paste. Okay, don't think these are lined up. There we are. That's better. Okay, make sure the distance is correct between them all. There we are. So what these are going to be is all tabs. So I'm going to name them all. This one can be tab 1. So if it was a bar, for example, you would call it beers, wines, spirits, shots, cocktails, that kind of thing. But just for demonstration, I'll just give them simple names. So tab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Now I'm going to select all of them, right click, and then say permanent button. Okay, so now when we right click, that will be lit up and highlighted permanent. This means it will stay on the screen all the time. Okay, so the first page, the home page, is going to be tab 1 anyway. All right, so I'm going to click on tab 1 and say when it's clicked, then let's go car properties. I think it is. No, it's not. It's under shortcut home. There it is, shortcut home. So when we press that, it's going to go to the home page all the time, which is the first bit. So I'm now going to draw some example buttons that would have been on here. So if tab 1 is to be beers, for example, you would put all the beers on here, right? So let's just make them a bit smaller, like that. You'd probably have a lot more buttons on, and you would shorten or get rid of all these buttons on the right-hand side. But just for the purposes of demonstration, there we are. Okay, I'm going to select all these, copy, and I'm going to double click on tab 2. Right click, paste objects. And if I want to see what those buttons would look like, just turn show excluded buttons on and you will see them. And if you go back, you can see what it'll be. So I'll double click the tab 3. Oh, I should copy and paste them first. Copy, paste, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay, so if we just have a quick look at that now, if we go back to the sales mode, tab 2, tab 3, tab 4, 5, 6, and 1. So they are working, but it's very difficult to notice that they're working because we haven't got any effects or any sort of lights on them or anything like that. What we could do is perhaps change the colour of them, so I could have different strengths of the same colour. Let's maybe make it, these ones could be green, these ones could be red, tab 4 could be blue or sort of turquoisey blue. I might as well do all of them. That one could be pink, and tab 6 will make them grey. Okay, so if we try that, tab 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we are definitely jumping between the pages. So that's good. But one problem I'm going to find is if we click functions, these buttons are overlapping the function buttons, which is what we don't want. So sometimes you don't want it to be a permanent button, but only on certain pages. So if we go to layout tree and click functions, if I turn show excluded buttons on, you can see them here. So what I'm going to do is going to click all of those one by one with my fingers down on the shift key, right click, visibility, and then you see it says exclude this permanent button from just this page. So I'm going to click that, and now if I go back to it, it won't be seen when it's on the sales screen. They'll disappear. Okay, let's also do it on the lock screen. We do not want it on the lock screen either. So I'm going to take them off. Visibility, exclude. All right, so they will not be on there. Let's just give that a quick check and make sure that looks okay now. Oh, well, sometimes, by the way, you may have to go special tools, clear cache for this template. Try that and then see if it works then. There we go. So they no longer show on there. And if I lock the screen, again, I don't see them there either. So that's absolutely perfect. That's just what I'm after. Obviously, though, we want these buttons to light up. And that's where the second part of this video comes in, which is what we call conditions. Okay. So I'm going to click on tab 1. And I'm going to go over to conditions. And what you can do is you can make the button behave differently, look differently, or anything like that when certain conditions are met. Okay, so let's press add. I want to add a condition. I'm just going to make this a bit bigger there. And we can see here that if tab 1, if we're on the home page, then we're on tab 1, aren't we? So I'm going to say if the current page is the home page, then we can move it, we can change its size or anything, but I just want to go background style, in other words the background image. Let's press tick, and then it says which image should it be if we're on the home page. So this means we're currently on tab 1, so I'm going to choose a nice bright red orange there. Okay, press tick, great. But then we're going to press add and do another one and say if the current page is not the home page, the background style should be blue. Now, I don't know exactly what blue it is, but I'll just choose blue there. There we go. Great. And then what I'm going to do is repeat that on each page. But tab 1 was different to what tabs 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 are going to be, because you would have current page is this object, which is another way of saying it's on this page. Okay, so I'm going to say set background style, and then we want red orange, and we repeat again. So current page is not this object, set background style blue. And to be fair, these ones are quite easy because they're always the same. It's only tab 1 that's awkward, simply because it's on the first page and the home page. So is this object, set background style. So we want it to make it, oops, gone too far. I want to make it red orange. And finally, set not this object, set background style. And that should be blue. Okay, one last time. Tick. Current page is this object. Make it red. Or red orange. Press add. Current page is not this object. Set background style. And choose blue. There we go. I won't do the other two, but you would continue there. Let's close that and try it out. Perfect. Tab 2, 3, and 4. And that's given us a great effect, exactly what we're after. So now I can start adding all products on here. And on tab 2, I would most likely have another column worth of buttons there. Now those tabs, they're looking pretty good. If I go back to the designer, if I delete all these, another good little effect you could probably do would be something like this. Maybe you could say, you don't have to have 6 tabs. You could actually just have 2 of them. So one good little effect could be, if I just move these around here, like that. Okay, I could have a page like this. And then right click, center back. Okay, and then shift down, move them all over to about there. Alright, and then I could have a another one up here. And then use that guideline there, copy, paste, move this one over there. This one's going to be smaller than that one. There we are. And that's fine. That's what I'm after. Okay, so I've got 2 dark blue buttons. And this one, again, would be tab 1. This one would be tab 2. And what you do is, if you just copy that block And I'm going to right click, make it permanent, right click, make it permanent. Double click on tab 2, paste it in, maybe even change its colour, like purple. And then we can still see those if we remember we turn show excluded buttons on. Press go back because we're actually inside tab 2. And I'm going to do a condition on here as well. So if you remember, it's current page's home page. We actually want background colour in this case. So I'm going to choose something like that. Midnight blue. I'll do the same for this. So if the current page is this object, background background colour. Again, midnight. Oops, that's not working. Let me try that again. Midnight blue, that one. And then, current page is not this object, background colour, and then we can have red orange, like we did last time. Same with this one. If current page is home page, background colour, red orange. Tick. Excellent. Okay, just going to clear the cache just to make sure that doesn't do any problems. And that could give us like a 2-page one there. That hasn't quite worked out the way I wanted it to. Let me see what I did wrong there. So on the home page, that's not a permanent button. That is. Maybe I've done the conditions wrong. Current page is not this. Oh, I've gone the wrong way around, I think. So this one does. 44215, not this object. This home page. Oh, that should work. Let's try that. I know what I've done wrong there. We need to make this one the shortcut home. That's better. That's better. But I've definitely got these colours wrong. I need to fix those. I think I've done them the wrong way round. But you get the idea. So that could give a good little effect with like a multi-tabbed version. Maybe food on one tab, drinks on another. One last little trick to do could be this. If I just put these sort of back as I found them. Is checking if the internet's working. So you could have a transparent button, put it down here, and then say server status, like that. You could then have a colour like this, and then on that, conditions, add, and again, there's all these different states and events that could happen. But what I'm going to do is choose something. Which one is it? I think it's server connection available, background style. So if the internet is on, I want it to be green. But if the internet is not on, then background style red, like that. Okay. If we close that and go to sales mode, you can see it's lit up green. But if I was to turn the internet off or anything like that, that would go red. That's another good use of that is maybe the customer orders button. You could make the customer orders button light up red or green or any colour you want if they're on your internet orders, which I think is down here. New unprocessed web orders, change its colour, and so on. This is actually how we've done the carts as well. So if the cart is currently selected, change it to orange. If not, grey. If it's not selected, grey. If the item's got something in it, use a mid-tone between orange and grey. So using these conditions is the same way we've done the base templates for the cart buttons at the bottom.